This is a recording of this year's Virtual Residency Fair. We'd like to take the time to thank the programs that volunteered their time to present to this year's applicants. This year's PM&R Scholars Virtual Residency Fair is supported by PM&R Recap and Ultrasound Guidance. PM&R Recap is the leading resource for your physiatry board preparation, clinical preparation, audition rotations, and beyond. PM&R Recap offers 35 hours of review videos, hundreds of review questions, and oral board cases to help you become the best physiatrist that you can be. Head to pmnrrecap.com to learn more. Ultrasound Guidance is the innovative new online ultrasound learning platform that gives you instant access to expert instruction. With rapid scans and complete scans of every joint and peripheral nerve, Ultrasound Guidance is the perfect way to jumpstart your MSK ultrasound learning. Visit ultrasoundguidance.com to learn more.
Hey, it's Sharon David. I'm the program director for Parkview. And I think we have Dr. Alex Orbitel, who is our associate program director on as well. So we're both going to kind of take turns. I'll start with the presentation and I'll hand it off to him.
Awesome. Well, let's get started.
Thank you. Let's see. Let me try to share my screen with you guys. Share screen. Am I sharing my screen with y'all?
I don't yet see it. Oh, I think there it is. Yep.
Yep. Okay. So you guys can see this then, our presentation, hopefully.
Looks good.
Okay. Perfect. All right. So this is just, so I wanted to thank you all. Thank you for inviting us here tonight to talk to you all about our program. I saw some faces that I recognized from AAP. I see Sparsha's on here. And so excited to be here and talk to you guys. We are a brand new program. We just got accredited this summer, 2022, and so we're very excited. I'm going to be the program director, Sharon David, and then Dr. Robitel is going to be our associate program director, as I mentioned. This is a picture of our hospital from the outside. We are located in Fort Wayne, Indiana. We are going to have 2 spots per year starting in 2024. I just wanted to share a little bit with you our mission statement. You guys can read this, but really the gist of it is we wanted to develop a program where we have very well-rounded, comprehensive, innovative physicians. I think if anything we've learned in the last few years with COVID, we really need to be innovative. We went from, at Parkview, we went from very few telehealth visits to expanding that extremely exponentially over the last few years with COVID. And so I think having physicians who are innovative and flexible and creative is really important. And those are things that we're going to really stress and focus on in our program. Physicians of the future, if you will. Physicians that also provide that quality care, not only to their patients, but to the community. I think that's thinking about things globally is going to be very important as every year we kind of progress as a society. And so that's also something that we will focus on here at Parkview. So this is our faculty. You can see myself, Dr. Robitel, Dr. Johnson, Dr. Reddy, and Dr. Sofair. We do have a couple nurse practitioners on our team as well. Michelle Harris is our program coordinator. So we are a very large health system. We're new to the residency world, but Parkview's been in the community for a very long time. We have 13 buildings across the Northeast Indiana. One of the largest employers in the state, in the region. Inpatient unit. At Parkview Randallia, we are 50 beds, so we have all the consultants, ortho, neuro, all consultants that make the inpatient months much more tolerable, much easier, and a really nice learning environment. You'll have that support from all the different consultants. I will say our GME space is amazing. We just renovated it. This year was the first year of GME class at Parkview. So internal medicine and general surgery started this year. The plan is to eventually expand to include not only general surgery, internal medicine, and PM&R, but also we're looking to have an anesthesia program, psychiatry program, OB-GYN as well. And because of that investment to GME, Parkview put a lot of money into their GME space. Not only will you have the locker room, you know, a lounge to kind of relax in, a study space, you will have your own 24-hour gym access, just resident gym, which is really nice. One of the gyms in the area closed down, and so Parkview bought all of its equipment. We didn't have a picture here, but it's a very nice space. We also have a flagship hospital about 20 minutes away. It's a level 2 trauma center. It has a cancer institute, a cardiac heart institute, and then a surgical ICU where most of our trauma patients reside, and a medical ICU. So we have a very robust, diverse patient population. This hospital basically feeds our inpatient unit, but it also feeds our outpatient clinics. So we're seeing a very wide array of patients. We're seeing the traumatic amputations. We're seeing the vascular amputations, the spinal cord injuries, the TBIs. We're seeing a very wide range of patients. Just the medical debility too, from COVID. We have a long haulers clinic. So this flagship hospital really is the epicenter for Parkview. We have an amazing SportONE Parkview Fieldhouse. If you are interested in sports medicine, if that is your gig, we have a dedicated Fieldhouse where we have athletic trainers, doctorate level physical therapists and occupational therapists. We have on-site DEXA scan machine. We have on-site x-rays and ultrasounds, all of those things at our Fieldhouse. It is amazing. And if you are interested, we can certainly provide you more information on our Fieldhouse. The Mirro Center is where we can access a lot of support for research. We have a full statistician team here. We have data analysts. We also have PhD level research support. So you have principal investigators who are there to help you kind of embark in your research journey, if you will, and they'll be there and very excited to help physicians, not only attending physicians, but physicians in training to explore any type of research idea or projects that you may have. I did my training at National Rehab Hospital, NRH, which is part of the Georgetown system. And I will say that the Mirro Center was extremely impressive to me. And so even with my background, and so this is an area that I think Parkview shines as well. And I'm going to hand it off to Dr. Robitel.
Thanks. Here, I'll share mine. Sharon, can you go back to the PowerPoint, please? I'll just have you click through it.
Yep, no problem. Let me go back there.
No, I got it.
Oh.
Perfect, thanks. So our residency structure, again, we're a new program. So all of this is what we've come up with, just using our combined experience and our vision for our program. So also keeping in mind that things will change, even with well-established programs, things should change. So ours, we're trying to be flexible, but making sure that we obviously hit all the things that we need to in order to be an accredited program. So our plan was a couple months of EMG just for initial exposure in your PGY 2-year, the bulk of your inpatient, so 6 months, and then outpatient general PM&R outpatient clinic, and then also some consult exposure, seeing patients both at PRMC and Randallia, where the rehab hospital is where we see our consults. PGY 3, outpatient, some interventional, sports med, a little less inpatient, and then peds outpatient. And then 4th year, kind of rounding it out, we tried to make a little bit more of the elective time outpatient with some research and admin, and then the least amount of inpatient. So as you progress, you get a little bit more flexibility in your schedule to kind of start to explore more things that you might be wanting to do after completing residency. Next slide. So call schedule. Everyone likes to ask about call schedule. Our call will basically mirror what we're already doing here at Parkview amongst our faculty. So at home call, you're on from Friday to basically the next Friday morning. Handling rehab call, we have internists who handle medicine call. So quite frankly, we don't really get a whole lot of calls throughout the week. It's definitely doable. And then splitting it, 1 call on every 6 weeks amongst the residents. So don't worry about you being the first class of residents. If you match with us, you won't all of a sudden be taking call every other week. You'll still, our attendings are used to taking calls. So we'll definitely kind of ease into things as we progress. And then holiday call, again, kind of looks like a weekend day call where you're just doing admissions and then answering any calls and handling floor issues that come up. And then Parkview has 6 holidays. So it works out nicely that we'll have 6 total residents, each resident getting a different holiday during the year, working alongside the attendings on those weekend days to split admissions. So our didactic curriculum and other things we're kind of planning on. We're planning on a half day per week resident didactics with a 12-month cycle. So repeating kind of the curriculum every year, led by faculty. And then we have other Parkview physicians and staff who are willing to give lectures, and especially with the other residency programs that are starting. We have people like the chaplaincy service who are excited to give talks on kind of how to talk about difficult things, which is something that we do a lot of in PM&R. So we have a lot of people who are excited to be a part of the residency programs and give talks. Residents will also help various topics throughout the year, kind of resident guided learning, board review, all that kind of stuff. We have grand rounds monthly that we already are doing amongst the inpatient rehab therapists and our inpatient physicians. Our nursing staff also participates. So it creates some lively discussion and some interesting topics. We also have M&M that we do monthly, just to talk about difficult cases on the inpatient side of things and how we can kind of process improvement, quality improvement, planning on journal clubs. And then we're also working with some of the other regional programs in our area to do some more, get exposure to other things outside of our program. I graduated from IU residency program, so I know a lot of the attendings there. They're excited to have us as well, to participate in some symposium and things like research days or ultrasound symposium, spasticity symposium. that will be kind of fun for us, and a chance for our residents to meet other people outside of the program. And then regular meetings with the program director and myself. So just to improve communication amongst residents and staff, how can we improve things? How can we change things to make things flow a little easier? All that kind of air grievances, all that kind of stuff. Just kind of increase transparency between faculty and residents. And then of course, plenty of opportunity for QI projects, which we already have a lot of those going on. Case reports, we're doing those already. So a lot of this stuff is being done already. It's just a matter of plugging the residents into what we're already doing. And I think everyone's pretty excited about it. We also have a place in town called Turnstone, where they have a Paralympic training center, one of the few in the nation. So we're planning on working on exploring some of those relationships that we have with therapists and other staff over there to help our residents get plugged into that if they wanted to do stuff like that, and then incorporating some resident outings for just a break from work and enjoy hanging out with each other and kind of create that camaraderie. So the benefits slide, I just included it on here because it's kind of difficult to find on Parkview's website, but it is under the GME section. I don't want to belabor this too much because it might change by the time 2024 rolls around. But just so you have a general idea of the things that Parkview offers.
5 minutes left.
So just some other things that I feel like always come up. What EMR do we use? We use Epic. We have access through Parkview to UpToDate, hospital library, hospital librarians, all those other resources. I included the website there, or you can just Google Parkview Health PM&R residency. It should get you to the right place. And then there's a whole section on GME and how to apply, and that's actually where that information on kind of benefits and what and how to basically get in touch with our program is all on the website there. And then we included some stuff on Fort Wayne in general. Parkview's website has some I Choose Parkview with some resources, and then Visit Fort Wayne. If you've never been, I think it's pretty fun. I'm from the Midwest, so take that for what it's worth. It's got everything every Midwest town has. A good diversity of sports. We have plenty of minor league sports, baseball, hockey, basketball. Fort Wayne's Children's Zoo is supposedly one of the best children's zoos in the nation. I think it's awesome. My kids love it. And tons of bike trails that I've actually, me and my wife and my kids have all been on, and it's fun to be able to bike across most of the city. And I think the goal will be to go all the way from the north end up by my house, up north of the big Parkview, all the way down to the south side of the city through these bike trails. So it's pretty expansive trail system that makes it fairly easy to get around if you like biking. So the next page just has another list of stuff. Fun things. Parkview is one of the largest employers. I think Sharon covered that. Another one is Vera Bradley and Sweetwater Sound. If you're into kind of musical stuff and loud noise, Sweetwater is based here in Fort Wayne. And plenty of outdoor activities. There's 3 rivers, bunch of lakes. If you like being outside, and then there's plenty of art stuff around, lots of murals downtown, lots of restaurants downtown that the city has put a lot of effort into developing to attract young professionals and families to the area. So if you like genealogy, I didn't know this until I was showed around by a realtor, but one of the largest physical collections of genealogic resources in the world. So if you like that sort of thing, you should visit at least. So and this is just a bunch of pictures of Our family, including the zoo. So zoo, downtown areas, the lakes that are nearby, and then we like to dress up for Halloween too. So that's our crew dressing up, and it's a big thing. So everyone has a lot of fun on the unit dressing up for Halloween.
2 minutes left.
Sure, we have, don't know how much time we have for questions, but.
You have 2 minutes.
I will say, joining our team, you'll get to work with us very intimately because we are a smaller faculty. So you will get to work with us very closely, and you will be able to give a lot of feedback and leave an imprint on the future of this program too. And as Dr. Robitel says, we take Halloween very, very seriously. So both of those pictures that you saw of us dressed up as a skeleton and the minions, that was all the attending physicians. So we take it seriously.
There's a couple chat questions.
Our positions are advanced. We do have a transitional year program that you can apply to both and interview at the same time for both programs. And the Fieldhouse, it's actually kind of cool if you Google SportONE Fieldhouse. It has a separate website, but they do events and sports tournaments there and everything like that. So it's not just medical offices. The medical offices are kind of to the side, but they also have kind of sporting events and all that kind of stuff. And that's where our kind of walk-in sports med clinic is, and the the concussion clinic as well.
Thank you so much, Parkview Health. We are out of time for the evening, but I will say if you want to add any email addresses into the chat, you are welcome to do so. And if you send us any promotional materials, we will put it on PM&RScholars.org. Thank you so much, Dr. David. She just put her email in the chat.